to fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is the Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. I wanted to do this piece on my favourite subject. Yes, you guessed it, 57 genders, Trudeau. I have to comment on many aspects, but I'll start with a small one, just like him. I am sick and tired of this liberal communist leader attempting to be subtle and failing miserably. As I said, small. The G7 conference was held in Quebec. Yes, we all know that. But no, it wasn't. Sorry, Quebec. It was held in Canada. Just a niggly thing that gets me. Did you notice all the billboards were deliberately placed so that the French language could be seen rather than the English? Subtle? Not. And those little digs at President Trump were quite frankly unbecoming of a Canadian Prime Minister. But it has to be expected, as he is one of the crowd of minions who attack the President on a daily basis. So I want to put something on the table for discussion for my fellow Canadians. Oops, that wasn't PC, was it? Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Oops, did it again. Canada claims to be a first world nation, as do all the other G7 members. Not a third world nation, a first world nation. So I ask this simple question that no one, and I mean no one, has asked, as far as I'm aware. So why do we need tariffs? Think about that. I thought we as Canadians were secure in our belief that we were so much better than anyone else, but we never bragged about it. Here's the dirty little secret. Well, one of them. Canadians pay more. Yes, sorry, but it's true. And by Canadians paying more, the leeches, oops, there it was again, not being PC, the federal government get more tax. Think about that. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's the bottom line. We pay more tax. Imagine a world with no tariffs. Then Canadians would pay the same for the goods and services as Americans. You would see a massive reduction in the average Canadian's cost of living. No longer would we need abcdamerica.com and abcdcanada.com. So at the moment you have massive duplications on both sides of the border, and you wouldn't need that anymore. It would go away, and that would lead to massive job losses in the short term, but massive growth in the long term, harmonising of wages and standards on both sides of the border. It isn't a one-way street, and this is what they are afraid of, particularly in Quebec, for obvious reasons, because that would lead to the questioning of the need for a border at all in the future. No, this is what 57 genders and others are really afraid of, that fair trade and the removal of tariffs would actually work, and then all their decades of obstruction would in fact be exposed for what it really is, anti-American. That's part of my thoughts. What are yours? As I told you, I am now and never will be PC. I tell it how it is and let the chips fall where they may. You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio, and please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.